Hello, welcome to GrindslimeTV with me, your host Aaron. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. Whereas normally, I like to pull out one release at a time, sometimes a couple. Today I wanted to talk about a band in particular. Oh, Itchy Eyeball. That's not the name of the band. That'd be cool though. But yeah, this is a band from Japan, which is a country I hold quite closely and near and dear to my heart, as the regular listeners or viewers will know that I've got a family out in Japan. And proper family, not surrogate family. We're talking like actual family. So, without further ado, we're going to be talking about the sludge doom metal band Corrupted. Oh yeah, so a few of their releases here. Now, if you're not into sludge doom and stuff like that, I get it. Same with anything. You like what you like, but I would, like to encourage you to stick around for a little bit. One, because well, the more minutes I get under my belt, the better. And two, because they're actually quite an interesting band. Like, for example, they've never done interviews. They've never let professional photographers take their photos at shows. They've never done any promo pics or music videos. The only photos of them that exist are fan-taken ones and stills from various recorded bootlegs from camcorders. So, without further ado, let's start there. So we've got here Corrupted, live at 924 Gilman, 1997. When the whole video is up on YouTube, very, very, very worth checking out. And another interesting thing about this band is that they're from Japan, but they sing mostly in Spanish. But they also do sing some songs in Japanese, but they also sing some in English, but also German. So they're a little out there, Who can blame them? Who can blame them? So you've got this little great one there. There's Heavy. He was their best vocalist. He left in 2010, but he was in there from 95 onwards. They started in 94. But in my opinion, the Heavy tenure was definitely the stronger stuff. But this stuff I've got is all good. So you've got the little nice blue shell cassette there, remastered too, and it sounds really good. Seeing as it was cut from a VHS camcorder in '97, this comes out surprisingly quite well in relation to other bootlegs made by the same format. Little fan photo in there. Look, a couple of great bands there: Excruciating Terror and Bolt Thrower. Rest in peace to Victor. He died this year. Not this guy, the singer of Excruciating Terror. This guy, as far as I know, is very much still alive. But yeah, is what it is, isn't it? What can you do? Got 4 tracks on there, but it knocks up to about half hour, as sludge bands are wont to do. Their songs are usually a little bit longer than the average bear, but they don't mind. They get on it. Now, I first came across this band. It was not that long ago. It was either pre-COVID or just at the start of COVID. I was watching this like random videos on YouTube, and one of them was, I think it was one of the guys from High on Fire or something, and he mentioned this band, and he told everything I just told you about them, and I thought that sounds really, really bloody interesting. So I looked into them, and yeah, I absolutely was like, this is my sort of thing. Now, it won't be for everybody because it can be quite repetitive, like me. But if you've been listening to black metal and doom as long as I have, you come to expect it, and you learn to love it. So the first release I actually bought was this one, and it is their 7-inch collection. Nice chunky double cassette right there, really cool. All the artwork there, as you can imagine, they're very much about sort of, politics, state of the world, that kind of thing. Very left wing, very but what's cool about these guys is that they actually do stuff about it. Like, they're quite politically active. Like, they've done a bunch of charity singles and shows, and they actually look into what it is that they're talking about. They're not just yelling stuff they heard another band yelling about and thinking, "Oh, I want to be cool." No, these guys actually are a little educated on the matter. double cassette there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Your old school clear cut shells right there. Now on the track listing, some of you will notice some songs repeat themselves. Like track 1 and 2 are both called Loss, 3 and 4. Can you make that out for you? It ain't doing it, is it? Yeah. But yeah, track 3 and 4, An Island Insane. Tracks 5 and 6 called Fasana. And you know that happens every now and then because what it is that they had a run of 7-inches that they put out. The artwork and whatnot for you, and track listing and information and stuff. It's really cool. But these 7-inches, they would have the song, like you know, your typical Corrupted track, you know, sort of crusty sludge doom metal thing going on. And then on the other side, which is also not rare when it comes to doom bands, particularly the sludge ones, is that it will be the B side is actually like a noise, like an ambient dark noise kind of track with like certain vocals on it, like a bit wailing or screaming or just whispering or something. So that it'll be the same title because it's all the same package. You know, it's like they're artists. You know, they do this they do it the proper way. You know, so it's really, really cool. And for an underground band as well, like this, I think to be experimental at that extent is very, very, very cool. You know, I mean, if they just stuck to doing whatever they wanted, like the older, well, whatever the fan base wanted, they'd probably be huge. But they stick to what they want to do, and I totally respect that. So really cool stuff. That's a great place to sort of start as well, which as I did. So you get a general idea of their whole kind of thing that they're getting up to. This one here is their El Dios Queja, sorry, which is this is a 10-inch of it originally, but this is the fan club cassette version. It's really cool. That of course means the God Complains, which maybe he does. I haven't heard him, but then again, no, neither has anybody. So, you know, got that all going on. You've got the little bit of artwork in there, extra photo, the track listing and whatnot. Really, really cool little release there. In fact, that one is, if you want a really good idea of how the band sounds and what they're all about, this is also, do you know what? They're a band that you can start anywhere and it's good. You know, and if you don't like it, then you know not to go any further because you're not going to get much different. But they know how to mix it up a little bit here and there. Got a 7-inch here as well of a Unjust God or Dios Injusto, which is a really nice, cool artwork there on the back. Look, that sort of, I think that's World War II, is it? It looks like a Japanese, was that an American soldier? Can't quite tell. Oh no, Vietnam. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, got the whole thing going on. But yeah, got the lyrics there. As you can see, one song is in Spanish and the other in English. It's always fun. Oh yes, they like to mix it up. They like to mix it up. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I just lyric swap. Of course, it's on that classic black. Oh yeah, nice little sort of minimalist label thing going on as well, which is really cool. And I have a hard time pinning this down to being similar to any other bands. It's very slow, you know, like snail's pace, kind of like really, but they've got the good, very heavy as well. You know, they play A standard. They know where to throw heavy riffs in there. These are very heavy band, and they'll go into a D beat from time to time, you know, which isn't uncommon in the doom scene as a whole thing, as far as my experience goes. But you know, they're not that kind of band either. If you're expecting blast beats or something, you'll turn around here because it ain't happening. Now, recently, I managed to get the daddy of all Corrupted releases because this came out last year before, something like that. But this is their entire discography from '95 to 2002. Oh my word. Absolute belter. You get 33 tracks. Each one's as great as the last across 3 CDs. And take a look at this bloody booklet. It is fantastic. You get it's jam packed with all the album arts and stuff like that. Like you got this one. That's a great EP as well. Cut in half by a train, which is absolutely not going to get look on that. Oh mate, oh he's been bisected. And you've got all the sort of they're split with Grief, which if you haven't heard Grief, great band. One we saw earlier, yeah, the 10-inch. But honestly, this thing goes on and on and on. Just album art. Just singles, EPs, all kinds of just absolute. It's all in there. Different little bits of artwork too. All just they really went to it. This like this one here, I believe was their split with what was it? No, it wasn't that one, was it? It was they got one. They split with Meshitazo, which I'd really like to get the 7-inch of that because there it is. Yeah, they're one with Meshitazo, death metal band from Spain. I believe it's Spain. Yes, it is Spain. Yeah, but yeah, because I've got a few Meshitazo 7-inches as it is now. I've already got the music from that split because I also have a Meshitazo discography cassette from like all their like splits and EPs and like demos and live tracks, compilation appearances, that kind of thing. And the music from that is on there. But this is one of those bands, like both of them are, where I'm quite happy to get a few different stuff. And plus, I like 7-inches. I like having 7-inch sessions. That sounded gay, didn't it? But yeah, I just do. So like throwing stuff on every now and I don't want to listen to an entire album of the same band sometimes. I just want to mix it up, and that'd be a great one. And like I said before on the channel, I find that like sludge and doom and that mixed with grind, like particularly on splits and stuff, just works beautifully. You'll get like 7 songs on one side and get one really slow one on the other. Really cool. And what I love about this compilation as well is that with most compilations like this, with like multi CDs, all the bangers go on the first disc, and then the other disc is sort of left like with the dregs. That ain't the case with this. Everything on here is a banger, start to finish, and it's literally just like, look at all of those songs, and like the songs like Loss, they're not on here, so you don't get the this isn't like the ambient stuff. This is all like that doom, like Vasana, that's not on here. Yeah, so really good. Really, if you're into your doom and you like it nice and dark and gritty and just you feel like you need to take a shower afterwards, and this is pure art and expression. It really is. I've also got a t-shirt as well, but that's in the wash unfortunately. So that would have been a channel first. I was going to show one of my t-shirts, but you've got to rotate. Got to keep them clean. So what am I wearing now? Suffocation. Oh, yeah. See, you got to mix it up, boys and girls. You can't just be going around in the same t-shirt all the time, you skit. So, yeah, Corrupted. Check them out from Japan. If you're in the mood for something, like I said, slow, heavy, and dark, and just a bit more out there, and just straight up hatred, you could do a lot worse. So, and they're underground legends, they really are. Whether you like them or not, there's absolutely no denying their impact on sludge metal. It's just all the big bands, all the greats who are in that sort of. Whether I like those sort of bands or not, but they will always be talking about the band Corrupted. So definitely worth your time if that sounds like your sort of thing. If not, shit happens.